One thing's for damn sure. This bike does not have any parasitic drains. There's nothing killing the battery on it when it sits for a while. Because even after it's been sitting for who knows how long this time, it just fires right up. So yeah, definitely time to get out on this thing. Squeezing in a few short rides here and there on the other bikes, but this one has definitely been sitting idle for a while. Early start to the day today after getting booted from the house. A bit of cleaning taking place. That's a good thing though, got my butt out of bed and moving. It's the first official day of vacation, so might as well start it right. Hit the road for a bit. Don't have a whole lot of stuff planned for it, so get some rides in once in a while. We started it out pretty good though, went and spent a weekend over on Prince Edward Island. Got Bianca out to the beach, do a little swimming, play on some of the rides at the amusement parks. Alright van, you're seconds away from being behind me. Whew. I'm not sure if a skunk disapproved of that pass or what. So yeah, not much has changed since the last time. Still just surviving. There's a group of bikes ahead of me, and I think I may have seen them as I was leaving home or getting fuel or something. The biggest bike-related thing I did recently was take on a little side work recommended from a friend. So a girl just bought a CBR F4 this summer, and the fork seals were just pissing oil all over her brakes for about a month while she was riding it. He ran into her at Tim Hortons one day and he's like, you know, you really should get that fixed. I guess he dropped my name to her saying I could be a likely candidate to do it for a little cheaper than the shops in town. So we got that done. I think she dropped the bike off on a Sunday. I worked on it for a couple hours Monday night and then finished it up Tuesday night. That was a good job. It was the F4 and F4i forks, I think, are the same, and they're both pretty simple. Are we dancing on the bike or are we riding here? Can't tell if that's an R3 in the front. This looks like a 650 Versys. Obviously the center one is some sort of cruiser. Harley, maybe? Kind of sounds that way. R3 or an older R6, but it just looks too small for that. I'll stick with 3. I just see the dancing on the bike in front, and it just makes me think of all these videos right now, and like, well, I don't use TikTok, but that type of thing. It seems like we've got a whole crew of riders coming up right now that think that that's what riding bikes is about, like just riding through traffic, being weirdos. I don't know. My riding career has always been about not being seen, having as few people lay eyes on me as possible while I'm out doing things that'll either get me in jail or killed. Odd thing to say while running around with a camera on your helmet, but I don't mind if you watch after the fact. We got enough here, we do. Might have an early start, but I don't got all day. Singing and dancing can wait. When I'm off this bike, I don't necessarily miss it. I miss getting out, but I don't necessarily miss doing this, which is good because every time I get back on it, it's like, oh shit, that's right. It does these things. Oh man, I just said the coolest thing I've done recently with a bike was fixing some fork seals. My memory sucks because that is not even close. The absolute funnest, coolest thing I did on a motorcycle recently was I got Bianca geared up after riding her own dirt bike and sat her on the front of my dirt bike, and we went for a little ride around the neighborhood. Just a little 30 km/h or 40 km/h ride. What the heck is this? just rolling around the neighborhood. That was like the funnest thing ever for her. She's screaming and singing and yelling at all the neighborhood kids and dogs that she sees. And yelling, "It's so fast, it's so fast!" That's step one, I guess. Little by little. On one hand, I'm thinking, oh, I wish she was a bit bigger. She could come riding with me. But at the same time, it's like, no, I don't wish time away at all like that. Just enjoy every day. It'll come no matter what. And then it'll be gone no matter how bad you want it to stay, so. I'm sitting here listening to music, and I'm just realizing how long I've had the Motor League on my phone, listening to this while I ride. That's the first album. I think it's called Holding Patterns. The first album I paid money for in a long time. One, because it was a local band and it's good to support them. And two, because it's just damn good. But it's been a long time I've had this on here listening to it. And I haven't heard a whole lot from the band since then. That's too bad. I kind of wish they'd just kind of jump out and surprise us with another record like that. Every once in a while I hear about them playing a show, like a benefit concert or something like that, so they seem to be still doing their thing, just not nearly as much lately. And then Of Mice and Men comes on and we drift further and further from the speed limit. Oh, there we go. Air keeps getting cooler. Fog keeps getting thicker. At least I can see blue sky through it from here, though. We won't have to go as far to get out of it. Can't whine about the cool air right now because it's going to be hot as hell again later. Maybe going up to the lookout in Fundy and turning around and coming back down towards Alma and then back up to the lookout again. Not exactly out doing this every day, so if traffic allows, I'd like to have a little fun with it. I'd like to think Monday morning at 10 a.m. traffic is not too bad. The weekend campers should have already cleared out. The long weekend is only coming up this week, so the new campers haven't moved in. The sun is back in Alma at least. Let's go up the big hill. Up, up, up we go. Traffic is on my side this time. Maybe we'll give that truck a minute to get down, but he'll have most of it whipped by the time I get turned around. Oh, the fog is just like a wall of clouds out there. Car coming, time to move. downhill is always a little trickier. You just hope that most people are like, is that the same black bike passing through here again? Nah, it can't be. No one's that weird, are they? Alright, let's go back up. I think I seen a vehicle ahead making the turn. It's the only bad part is you don't know if traffic is jumping out here, getting ahead of you. You can only see so much here. I think we're clear enough though. One more try. Let's look at the surprise I found up here. More fork seals, speaking of the fork seals. That's why that took so long to come up the hill. $44,923 when I noticed it. Well, I already had a lengthy list of stuff that I needed to do over vacation. Why not make it even longer? Of course, right away my mind goes to, well, you let the bike sit too long, you know, maybe the seal's dried up from just sitting around. But the bike sits every year for winter. It rolls out of winter storage just fine. No wheel seals, yeah. I'm back at work. No fork seals leaking. Man, this is a long pull for this truck. Test the old cooling system on it anyway. I suppose if you stay in a nice low gear and take your time with it though. Less stress and strain on everything. So yeah, I guess when I get home, I might even start the teardown on this right away because, I mean, I'm starting a 2-week vacation. I'm probably going to want to ride it again. It's a throttle side seal. Can't remember if that's the same one that leaked years ago. Might even have a fork seal home. Probably not, though. I probably used them all up by now. I think the Nighthawk takes like the same seal as this thing, so all the suspension work that thing got went through a whole pile of them. Since the last time I did this, I believe I've purchased a couple of new tools to do these. It was a bit tough, the last one. I wouldn't say tough, just, you know, had to figure things out before I got into it because you need a fork spring compressor. I wasn't buying a fork spring compressor for this. I mean, this is only the second seal I've had to do in all these years. And at the time, I wasn't exactly doing them on the side for anyone else. So I had to make my own compressor setup, which was very impressive. It involved ratchet straps and PVC pipe. I think I've got another compressor now, but I don't know if it's going to work. It's like a compressor that you can use by hand. And this fork, if I remember correctly, you have to compress it quite a bit before it'll allow you to take things apart. Like, you really got to crank those straps down. My luck, I'll be leaning into this thing trying to compress it, and it'll slip and I'll cripple myself. Really mess up the old 2-week vacation then. Anyway, we'll have to get it figured out. Have to check in the parts immediately. If I don't have them at home, I'll have to get them ordered either locally or online. Since the last time I bought a set of seals, I'm sure they've gone up again. Probably like 75 bucks for a set now or more. And of course, oil is like $20 to $25 a liter. I can't remember what's in these forks, if it's 10 or 15 weight. Actually, no, that seems too high. It's probably either 5 or 10. Pretty sure I have a little bit of oil left from like every weight, 5, 10, 15. I think I've got ETF from the Nighthawk, and there's always a little bit left from every job, but never enough to do another job. So now I gotta remember that my brakes are probably not going to be up to 100% since they've got oil running down on them. The worst part is when this thing blows a fork seal, like, it really lets go. It seems to really get rid of its oil. And I mean, I know it's an inverted fork, so it's more prone to do that. So it's probably flinging oil all over the bike, giving me even more work to do, cleaning it up. Certainly feel it warming up here now, once we're getting away from the coast. Follows a river. Knowing that I'm leaking oil through here, I'm just taking it easy, and still it's lots of fun. Hit this weird patch of cold air. Don't imagine it's gonna last. We'll be getting into Sussex and heading back towards home just in time for the heat to be setting in. So we'll use some Tim Hortons napkins to clean up some of the oil. See how much gets pumped out by the time we get home again. Part of me thinks I should have just went home through Fundy again. Should I? The road wouldn't be so rough. It's a little bit longer, but I gotta decide right now. Screw it, we're doing it. Damn it, I'm gonna hit 45,000 kilometers in 3 kilometers. Kinda wanna stop and take a picture of it. So I don't wanna jump on the highway just yet. But the highway's right here. So, I'm gonna force myself to go through town, aren't I? Take a picture of my 45,000 kilometer gift from the bike. A leaky fork seal. So yeah, I guess we'll go back through Fundy. This time Not through Adair's and all that area. Just the normal way. A long time since I came through here. Ooh, 44,999. That rain cloud is no joke over there. If there's one of them around, there's gonna be more. This is just me not checking the weather before I do anything, as usual. It looks like I'll be traveling to the east of this rain. We'll peek back at this cop and hope that he didn't see my front end dive too hard when I nailed the brakes. Anyway, yeah, the rain, it's like right there. I'll be heading to the east of it, but it is more than likely heading east also. Which is why I just suddenly picked up the pace and I'm like, I gotta go if I want to stay dry. And of course, 2 turns later, there's a cop sitting there. Let's see if we can do it. Can we make it back through the park without getting soaked? It would really suck if I got soaking wet and then came back up on that real cool air. That'd really be my luck. Grayer and grayer. I may have bet on the wrong horse coming this way. Shit. Had I stuck to my other plan, I would have been veering further away from this. Who knows, maybe it's not as bad, or maybe it's not as close as it originally looked. Although they're... oh, never mind. It's like right there. Feel the air getting a little bit cooler, which is nice though, just to get back out of that heat. I think that was the high point in the park, so it's about 100 kilometers of home. I don't see the clouds too much anymore. Backtracking now, heading back down into the lookout. I like how the 12 used to have a high idle lever. Times like this you could snap it on and the bike would pull itself down the hill really nice. Give you a minute to stretch out. Feel that cool air coming back. Let's pull in here, maybe just for a second. Have a peek at the seal. Down the hill for the last time. I'll check the forks again once I get closer to home, or maybe once I get home. As of right now, it doesn't look like it pushed out too much more oil. It probably pushed out the majority of what it was going to leak. Right at the moment that the seal got damaged, or I don't know, hard to say. There might have been some dirt stuck in it. No stop sign here, folks. Move along. Oh my God. Tourists, man. Don't know if I've ever come through Alma twice in the same day. Much busier this time of day. There you go. Get out and ride. I believe that's that YouTube blindman. Let's see if he's doing anything interesting in the next couple of weeks if YouTube feeds me a video. some miles getting home. A couple nice turns coming up here, but after that we're just going to be cruising. Maybe we'll start to shut this down now. Get home with maybe enough daytime left to start stripping a fork off of this thing. Or at least get some parts ordered up. Maybe make a video on a fork seal change. Talk people through the proper way to do it and then show them how to do it my way, I guess. I guess if you're still watching this, then, you know, watch some more videos, click subscribe, type some comments, buy some stuff from the Amazon links. All these things will help me find new fork seals, you know.